It's 88.5 FM WVOF in Fairfield, Connecticut. The Upper Room with Joe Kelley with you for another 40 minutes. And our next guest, this is about the fifth time he's been on the show. Always a welcome guest, and seems we've talked to him in every situation, whether he's back in Minneapolis seeing his family again, or in his studios at home, or on the road, which he is now. He's about to perform tonight as the musical director for Donny Osmond's band in a standout show at the Turning Stone Casino in Connecticut. And we welcome to the Upper Room once again Mr. St. Paul Peterson. So thanks, St. Paul.
Joe, how are you, man? It's so good to talk with you again and your listeners.
Yeah, great to have you on. And man, what's it like, I mean, on the road with Donny? And I know when I talked to you a little while ago, you guys were actually on stage, and it sounded real funky what you were doing. How did sound check out?
He's letting us, he's letting us put a little funk in there now. So they actually have me playing a little guitar on one particular song. He's doing a remake of this George Michael song called Faith, and
right.
I said, look, man, let me do this to it. And I picked up the guitar and we just put a little Minneapolis on it. And he was like, that's the way we'll be doing that from now on.
Right.
So he's very cool. He lets us. He lets us do that kind of stuff, and he's appreciative of the funk, and he's soulful himself. So
right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. We're having a blast. This guy's working more than ever. He's doing great. He's got a song number 22 in the smooth jazz charts, believe it or not,
mm-hmm.
and looks like he might put out the song that Jason, Ricky, and I wrote for him next, called "In It for Love." So that'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're working, and we almost got together in the studio, didn't we? It was close.
Yeah. You'll probably be hitting New York and Connecticut somewhere this summer, hopefully, with Oleta or yourself or Donny. So
I hope so, man. I definitely want to get together in the studio with you and see, and it'd be cool to do that. It was so close, but it just wouldn't have been enough time. So we'll get it together.
We understand that. So Paul Peterson is a multi-instrumentalist and producer, and we just moved our home and studio, so I was going through some papers, and I found an old biography of you with the list of credits that you've performed with so many people. And I didn't even realize you did stuff with Little Richard and The System, and
oh yeah,
The System, one of my favorite bands from way back. And
you realize that The System produced, I think, the first cover I ever had with the Jeff Lorber band called Groovacious.
Wow, yeah.
David Frank and Mick Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, Jeff Lorber just sent it to me because I haven't heard it in so many years. The thing is, it's obviously an 80s dated thing, but it was really cool what they did with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then years later, Mick Murphy and I were in a band together called what do we call it? Oh boy, I'm having a senior moment. Isn't that terrible?
Well, you're still young. Yeah.
I'll have it by the end of this conversation. If I just all of a sudden blurt it out, you'll know why.
Right.
But he and I, the Soulmates, that's what it was, Soulmates.
Okay.
Thank you. I've still got it. Barely.
Right.
But we had a whole funky record that never saw the light of day, man. I don't even have any of that stuff. One of the songs that we did together appeared on the Blue Cadillac record. Get down, shake it around, dig off flavorful funky sound. That we actually redid at my gig in February, and that'll be coming out on the live DVD and record this fall.
Mm-hmm.
So guys can be looking out for that.
Yeah, and speaking of that live show, it was recorded for video and sound at Bunkers, one of your old stomping grounds, with the TC Jammers play there, right?
Yeah, that's where I played with those guys.
Yeah, so bringing your own band, which is great to see. I mean, I'm sure, your ultimate dream of being out there with your own band. Tell us about that special night, and who was in the band, and how did you bring the various material, which we're going to listen to a medley of the live mix. Tell us about.
Great. Yeah, you're the first to premiere that, by the way. I wanted to give that to you because you've been so good to me, and really everybody from Minneapolis. You've taken such good care of us and trying to get the word out about all our gigs. So that's wanted to give that to you to premiere tonight, man, as a gift from me to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Absolutely. That night was February 4th. I was leaving February 5th to go on tour with Donny, so we literally had to fit it in here. And I'd never had a formal release party for my last record called Everything, which is kind of a pop, soul, R&B, rock record. Kind of the reason we call the record Everything is because there's a little slice of everything on there. So I never had a formal release party for that, so I just decided, I said, you know what? why am I not out playing? So I answered that question and called up 5 of my closest friends and relatives and said, what do you think? Should we do this? And my sister Patty was singing backgrounds. My nephew Jason, who's with me on the road with Donny Osmond playing sax and keys, who also plays with Michael Bolton, said, yeah, I'll be your musical director. And we got together. Billy Franzi from Dr. Mambo's Combo down at Bunkers. They play there all the time. Donnie LaMarca, who played with me with Living Daylights, a band I did years ago. And this new drummer who's unbelievable. You'll hear him, Mario Dawson. He played...
he's from New York, right?
Oh, he's unreal, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, my big brother, Jelly Bean Johnson, from the time and from the family, came in and sat in on some stuff with me to just make sure I was in line. You know, he always has made sure that I'm not screwing up here. So
right.
Big Bro Bean always takes good care of me. So so anyways, we got together, we got to rehearse, and we decided to film it and put it on Pro Tools. And I'm so glad we did, because we really captured a very, very magical night, and it'll be out sometime this fall. Just keep an eyeball on my website, stpaulmusic.com, which is STPAUL music.com.
Yeah, it's a really outstanding site, and you can go there. And also, we're going to talk after we listen to the live medley mix from Bunkers, an upcoming benefit, June 23rd. We'll talk with St. Paul, and you can click on the concert dates. You'll be able to see St. Paul with his own band, and also with Donny Osmond and also Oleta Adams. So he's out there, a working musician, a great
I'm working it, man.
Yeah,
happy to be doing it still.
Right. So we should listen to this. This is a live medley mix from the upcoming release this fall, DVD, CD from Bunkers, St. Paul, Peterson, and his band. And thanks for letting us premiere it here on the Upper Room in WVOF.
You got it, man.
All right.
My pleasure.
We'll come back and speak with St. Paul in just a few moments. So that is a great medley mix, and want to thank St. Paul Peterson for letting us premiere that.
Oh, man, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to, first of all, because I've read reviews and heard people, Jelly Bean, in fact, early part of this year, I think we saw him like a few weeks after you guys performed together. He was really impressed and said it was a great show. So, and yeah, this fall, right?
It was really fun, man. Yeah. And the mix turned out great, and I haven't actually seen the whole DVD yet, but the guy who's editing it says it's coming along well. So
yeah. So you know, speaking of the Mini, I mean, you're born and raised in Minneapolis and still make home there.
Oh yeah.
Is there a certain, feel and skill when Minneapolis musicians hit the stage together that sometimes you kind of lock in, look at each other, and when opposed to having other musicians from different towns, is there something special?
Oh, it's absolutely, especially from that, from that particular genre and time frame. You get up on stage and it's like an old pair of comfortable shoes, playing with Bean or any of those guys. When we did the Family Jam, I hadn't played with those guys in years, and we got up and it was way better than it was the first time, because we got a little salt and pepper on us now.
Right.
We listen better, and we're our own people now. We don't, we aren't under the thumb anymore.
Right.
No offense, but
right.
We've lived our lives and got families, and we understand the musicality and how special and how lucky we are, and we really enjoy it. And I think that we all feel that and don't even have to say a word of that, but we just know it when we're playing. We look over at each other and we're like, yep,
right.
This is it. This is right, because nobody else, you can't fake that. I think I've told you and the listeners about that before. There's something that you can't do. You want to try to play a funk groove, a Minneapolis funk groove, and you're playing with some cats from any other city, and it's like, this ain't real. That ain't right. And they get that funny look on your face, and it's like, okay, well, we'll just get through this.
Yeah.
But it's really something when you get the people who really understand it and have lived it, and it's pretty cool.
Now you performed at, you mentioned the Sheila E. fundraiser back with many of the greats from the Minneapolis scene, and I'm sure you'd love to see everybody out there, but were there some people out there that you were like, man, I can't wait to see them or jam with them?
Well, I mean, the family. We had not played together as a group since I split back in, 85, 86, something like that.
Right.
I had seen everybody. I'd seen Jerome, and I played with Jelly Bean, is about the only, and Eric, but I had not played with Susanna and Miko and everybody. It was just such a mind-blowing experience. Everybody was just so happy to be there and for a great cause, and I hadn't seen the Revolution together, obviously, since way back in the day.
Right.
And Jill Jones. And,
right. Yeah, she came to the studio.
Man, she is something else.
She came in here with her band, the Grand Royals, like a few weeks after the Family Jam, and wow.
Really?
Yeah. She's
really cool.
Yeah, nice person, yeah.
Really nice person, beautiful as ever.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah, you got
and
it.
Sounds better than ever.
Right.
So if you talk to her, tell her St. Paul gives her much love, and call me sometime.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Got to do some music with her again too.
Yeah, I'll pass on the word.
Please do.
We should definitely let our listeners know they can go to stpaulmusic.com, STPAUL music.com, and right when you enter the site, there's a great benefit fundraiser for breast cancer. The Wendy Larks Foundation presents St. Paul Peterson live in concert. Also special guest Holly Long, Thursday, June 23rd, 7:30 p.m. in Skokie, Illinois.
Yeah, it's right outside of Chicago, man. It's my first performance in the Chicago area ever.
Mm-hmm. So how did you become affiliated with this concert, and what's going into preparing for it? Who's going to be on stage with you?
I was approached by some people who had seen me perform with Donny, and they said, I think this would be a great marriage, and I think it's a great foundation, and I think what they do. Now, let me tell you what the Wendy Larks Foundation does. They raise money to help women with breast cancer who can't afford things like mammograms and wigs and ultrasounds. They help provide that for them. So, and Wendy Larks lost her battle with cancer a few years back, and her fiance and her brother wanted to do something to have her legacy live on, and this is the way they've chosen to do it, to raise the money for them. And I'm honored that they asked me to come on board and help raise some money for them. So, all you guys in that general area, I sure would love to have you come by. You'll get a great night of music. It's going to be the same band, with the exception I won't have background vocals that particular day, but we'll have my core band: Mario, Jason, Donny, Billy Franzi, and myself. And we're going to do everything all the way back, to the time, the family. Do some Prince stuff. We'll do some stuff, obviously, off my solo records.
Right.
And, it'll be a great, great night of music and for a great cause. And, cancer really touches our lives. I'm sure that everybody out there has a story about that. I just lost my father-in-law to stomach cancer last September. And that, cancer just sucks. And we have to do something about helping the people out who have it and, finding a cure for it. So if I can help in some small part, I definitely I want to do that, and if I can contribute by talent, that's the only way I really know how to do that, or that's the only way I know how to help is through what God gave me. So come on out, and there's also a couple of auctions up on eBay of some things. If you just put in my name in there, St. Paul Peterson, you'll find some shirts and some T-shirts and some records and some photos and things like that. And there's a little bidding war up there right now. It's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, there's a lot of collectors out there.
I'll also put something on my newsletter within my website on where to go to bid on these things, and it'll be up in a week. So, and that would be what, June 20th?
Okay, so June 23rd is the concert, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. out in the Midwest, Skokie, Illinois.
Yep.
At Santra East North Shore Center for the Performing Arts.
Now, if you want tickets, go to ticketworks.com.
Okay, yeah.
But the easiest thing is just go to my site, and it says get tickets, and just click the links. That way you don't have to try to remember more than stpaulmusic.com. That'll make it easy for you.
So you always got a stylish guy with some nice pictures up there. And I got to ask you guys, because you guys have been in the business for upwards of 20, 30 years, and man, how do you keep it fresh and stay in shape, and
That's part of your job description, man. I take it seriously. I'm still in the game hot and heavy, man.
Right.
When I grow up, I still want to be a rock star. I ain't quitting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it's really important to me. I mean, I love working out, and I love...
you played golf today, right?
I played golf today. It was about 9 million degrees outside.
Uh-huh.
Lots of humidity, and we went out. That's pretty relaxed. activity. Right. But you know,
so what's the workout plan?
Workout plan is at least for this year has been a lot of aerobics and you know, aerobic activity like treadmill and that kind of elliptical machines and some weights and that kind of stuff. Nothing too fancy, but just something to try to, you know, keep my girlish figure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you're working, I'm sure, because you're always recording. You got your own home studio.
Yep.
On some upcoming music. Anything fresh out of the studio that?
Well, I'm preparing this new live DVD and CD live at Bunkers that'll be out this late summer, early fall. But there's a record that I've been working on that I just have to actually put aside some time for myself. It's finally back to my roots in the funk, and it's all about, you know, the groove. Mm-hmm. And I am dying to get this record out. It's the playing on it is pretty spectacular, and the concept of it is pretty spectacular. Right now, it's been myself, Jason, Mario, my brother Billy, and putting their, you know, it's a combination between funk and some bebop over the top, and we've had some great saxophonists come in and play some really kind of wacky, wild out stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it's just harmonically beautiful. It's almost like a soundtrack of a movie. So hopefully that'll be out early in 2006. I just actually have to find some free time. My people that I've been touring with have been keeping me so busy. Yeah. Not that I'm complaining.
I'm just right on the dates of all this stuff. Wow, you got a lot of stuff coming up.
I do. You know, I love creating music, man. That's what I was put on the planet to do. Mm-hmm. So if it can bring some joy to some folks, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Now, how about switching in between bands and different styles of music and songs? How do you get prepared from just jumping from a Donny show and flying to another city and right there with Oleta, should I say? Is it easy?
Well, it's all about music anyways. It actually keeps me fresh. Mm-hmm. There's really no huge preparation physically, but mentally you just got to go, okay, what do I got in front of me here? And just kind of plan your attack. And actually, the older I get, the more I figure out that I don't plan too much. You know, the more I get out of my way, I kind of allow God to work through that, and I just let Him play. So It's like, oh, wow, did that come out of me? Oh no, it wasn't you, buddy. So as long as I get out of my own way, it seems to work to my advantage, and I'm just trying to listen to that a little bit more, and I think my playing's getting better because of it.
And with Donny, you're playing guitar and bass as well, right? Anything
else?
Guitar,
bass, and piano.
Wow.
Not all at the same time.
And your nephew's out there, Jason, as well, right?
Yeah, thank God. It's good to have some family out with me, and actually the whole band is family at this point. Now we've been out the core group has been Frank Velarde, a New Yorker on drums, and Jason and myself, and we're headed off to we're working all the way up until November 1st. We're going to be in the States until about the end of August, and then we go over to the UK where the guy sells out 15,000 seaters a night. So
wow, that popular, yeah.
It's really cool, and I'm hoping to get over actually to England to do some shows as well for myself. So that should be cool. It's good to be working, man.
Yeah. So look out. We'll keep you posted here at the Upper Room and WVOF about the upcoming release, St. Paul Peterson live in concert from the historic Bunkers in Minneapolis. And, DVD.
Oh, you want to know what? I don't mean to interrupt you here.
No. Go ahead.
9 years ago, I put out a record called Blue Cadillac,
right.
and I ran out of them, which is the good news. So what I've done in time for this concert is I've reissued it, but I've also put this the medley that you just heard is going to be on there as a bonus track, and I'm going to have them really reasonably priced on the website in probably a week. Mm-hmm. So I want you guys to hear what I'm putting out in the fall. So I'm going to price these at pretty darn good price. And I want you to be able to hear the old and what I'm putting out soon. So that's going to be Blue Cadillac, the reissue with the new funk on there from the live DVD or CD from Bunkers. So when that happens, I'll call you back and maybe you could help me out with that.
Yeah. you can come on the show again. You and Victor Wooten and Bernie Worrell, I think you guys are running in the lead for most appearances over the years. So,
man, Victor,
I'm blessed to have you guys on.
Victor Wooten, man.
Yeah, I missed his last tour, but I'm sure it was smoking. Yeah,
that's always smoking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm intimidated to play with him, but he's like, no, I love the way you play, man. So we played together a few times.
Yeah, he actually, I think he wanted to put you on the record for one of the tracks on a couple albums back.
Yeah, he did, man.
Yeah.
Well, one of these days we'll actually get it worked out.
Right.
But don't forget about this benefit we're doing in the Chicago area. I have to unfortunately leave, man.
No,
You and
I
I could sit here and
Yeah,
talk for hours,
I know. I don't want things to go wrong with you and Donny in the casino tonight, but
that would
thanks.
be bad.
But yeah, thanks. And Donny's a prankster. He was joking on the phone before, right?
Oh yeah, I put him on the phone. He grabbed the phone out of my hand,
right.
and so Joe was talking to him the whole, for about a minute and a half, and I have no idea what you guys talked about, but
but have a good show tonight out at Turning Stone in Verona, New York, I believe it is.
It is Verona.
And June 23rd in Skokie, Illinois. Great cause, a benefit fundraiser for breast cancer.
Yes, sir.
St. Paul Peterson, Holly Long, and go to stpaulmusic.com, winnielarks.org, and bring some of that Minneapolis funk to the show tonight. Say hello to your nephew and
I sure
and
will,
your
man.
mom when you talk to her. So
I will. Mom came on the show. Just a quick story. We played Mystic Lake Casino with Donny the other night. Mom was in the audience, and Donny said, "I want to get your mom on stage." So I didn't plan it at all, and it's in the middle of the show, and he calls Mom up on stage, and Mom sits down and jams and plays, "It's wonderful, it's marvelous," and Donny was singing, and the whole audience exploded and went crazy. So it's so fun to see my mom get the recognition she deserves. So.
Yeah, definitely well deserved. So we'll get into a song. This is one of my favorite songs off of Everything by St. Paul. It's called "Unwilling."
Oh, yeah, it's one of my faves too, man.
Yeah. So thanks so much. Oh, Rafi from Paris, France said hello too. And
bonjour, Rafi.
Yeah,
Comment allez-vous?
And G said hello, so she's out there listening. So
give her my love, please, and we will speak soon, my friend. Thank you for your
Paul.
time and for your help as usual.
Okay, brother.
You're the bomb.
Have a great show.
See you later.